everybody. Thank you for joining me. My name is Ashley, and I garden here in my garden in California, Sacramento area, Zone 9B. And today I'm coming with a really exciting project. We're going to be putting in some shrubs and one perennial today. I'm really excited about these for several reasons because I feel like we're going into the sunny border. So we're planting partly sunny border, and then it kind of dapples. We're getting into the shade territory where it turns into the woodland garden. So I have some things that I think are going to work in both locations, with heavy hot sun and then kind of dappling and even changing with the time of the year where the sun is in the sky, some varying sun conditions. So first off, I have what I'm very excited about. I have a lemon lime nandina. I have two of these actually, and I may even, depending on how well I like them or how they fill up the space that I kind of have in mind, I may go and get some more. So lemon lime nandina, it grows to about 3 or 4 feet high by about 3 or 4 feet wide. I love it. So when its new growth is like a nice light chartreuse kind of beautiful foliage. I love the thickness and the shape of the leaves and the way that it kind of picks up the light. This can handle part shade conditions. I actually had it in full sun for the last several days in the front garden, and it got a little crispy on the tip, so that was kind of my little experiment. It really does need a little bit of protection because these leaves are just, especially the new growth, it can be really delicate. So a full sun location is not ideal. So I'm going to be putting that somewhere in the interim, like the entrance to the woodland when we go from sunny border to the woodland garden. Yeah, so I have two of these, and I think that they are going to bring nice structure and body. And then I have orange rocket barberry. This is more of like a taller than it is wide shape. So it's going to be about 4 to 5 feet tall by about 3 feet wide or so. And I feel like this is going to add nice structure and actually a nice texture and different foliage. I love the different colors. I actually love how these two play off of each other and the combination of different foliage textures and also different colorings and the way that the light kind of picks up and plays off of both of them. This is actually designed for more full sun areas. The growth comes out more orange, and during the winter time or during the fall, apparently, which I haven't seen in person because this is my first year growing this, it turns a more uh, reddish orange coloring, which I look forward to seeing. I also have from Proven Winners, it's just a little baby now, but it's a Baptista, and this one is Decadence Deluxe Pink Truffles. I already have one more that I can't remember the specific name of the Baptisia, but it's just a soft lavender flowers when they're in bloom. And this one is more like a pinky yellow. I'll put a picture up for you guys to see. And that actually grows. I love the shape of Baptisia. I love the foliage. It's like a delicate, it has shades of gray in the green, so it's more of a gray foliage, which I'm trying to add more of. And we have our other one in full sun in this border, and it takes it like a champ, and it has grown so much. I actually planted it really early spring as just like a tiny little root cluster, and it has grown amazingly. I love the foliage. It hasn't even bloomed for me yet this year, and it is one of my favorite foliages in the garden, hands down. And then we also have a spirea here. And this is our second spirea. Our other one is in the front border. When we do a front tour, I will take you guys through and show you that one. This is called a Shirobana spirea. And this has darker green foliage. It's actually a medium green foliage, but it's darker than the one out front that is more of like a chartreusey, really fresh green one. I loved the look of this. Like, first of all, it gets a really dense mounding habit. So it's going to be wider than it is tall. It's going to be about 3 to 4 feet tall by about 4 feet wide. And, you know, I'm kind of putting it into a skinny place, and there are other existing perennials. So I think that realistically, I'm going to have to work on keeping this intact, keeping this in check and not having it swallow up all my other plants around it. So, but from what I hear, spirea takes really well to cutting. It has beautiful pinky raspberry flower, pinky raspberry and white flowers when it is in bloom. It's kind of going out of bloom right now, but still the bloom heads are just beautiful. And I've seen so many pollinators visiting this on the daily since it's been waiting an interim to get planted. So it has more of a dense mounding habit, which I love, and I think that we need that. And it is deciduous, so it is going to lose its leaves during the winter time, but I think it's going to actually leave like a nice structure of interest during the fall and winter months. So I'm really looking forward to getting these in the ground. I have some help today. My husband is home, so I'm actually going to make him do all of this labor for us. And I'm the director, and I like to call him my elite employee, and he loves that too. So, um, without further ado, let's get these planted. So this morning we planted up the orange rocket barberry and the lemon lime nandina and a spirea. And I'm gonna just turn the camera around and show you guys. We got them planted, and then we had lunch. And then when it came to filming the end results, I was like, it's just too hot. We don't need to rush this. Let's come back in the evening. So I just waited till the sun mostly went down in the back, and I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to show you um, it in the landscape. And I think it helps to really fill out. And I think that it really is going to add that bulk and body that I'm looking for. I love the English cottage garden look. That is like my dream and that is my goal. But to have that, you also need like robust structure and greenness and greenery on greenery on greenery all around it. I mean, the look that I'm going for in my garden is cottage garden, but it's like the earth just threw up. Like the earth can't help but to just vomit greenery all over the place. Like, you know, every ounce of the soil just wants to um, produce and have things growing out of it, which is hard to ask for. It's hard to ask in this climate. You know, we're in the Central Valley of California. I don't know if many of you have had the fortune of traveling here, but it is pretty desolate. There's not a lot that naturally wants to go. Sacramento was located like at the top of the valley, so, and we're along a river, so we actually, just in the small little microclimate right around where we live, we actually have a lot of trees and nature, and there's a lot of natural greenery. Um, but you know, it's a lot of desert, arid, empty land that just seems to roll on endlessly around us, south of us. So I want it to look as green and robust and full as it possibly can. I'm in love with and obsessed over and study, and I read a lot of books and I study a lot trying to get the greenery and the layers of greenery right, and thinking about texture and form and how they all kind of feed into each other. You're going to actually see that I planted them a lot closer together than a lot of people would. It's just my personal style. It's how I like to do it. I like to see my plants mingle and grow together. It's not everybody's style. You know, I know a lot of people like crisp edges and everything having its own space, you know, and to each their own. But I really love like kind of overplanting, densely planting spaces. And I can go into that at another time, but I love the dense plantings. I love plants mingling and growing in through each other. Um, I love density. So I'm going to turn it around, and hopefully that's what we're slowly starting to achieve back here. So just tucked right behind the gladiolus that is just going over, I have the orange rocket barberry nestled right in front of my Eden climbing rose. And yes, it is a tight space. However, I plan on the Eden climbing rose not taking up a lot of space. Um, the space that it will be taking up is going to be vertical, not horizontal. So I'm going to be limiting it up, and most of its length and growth area is going to be on the back of the fence here. I have the lemon lime Nandina tucked right in front because I actually just having them next to each other in the containers really inspired me that I actually love the foliage and the depths, and I love the way that they complement each other and really enhance each other just with the proximity. And I hope that they kind of grow in and through and around each other. And I think that it adds a level of depth um, to the garden that just brings a richness that I'm looking for. And then as we continue and travel down the way, past my very crispy Emperor 1, we have Orange Rocket Barberry number 2, and it is underneath a jasmine, a star jasmine next to a cosmo, and it's back on the back end of the border because it's really going to give me good height and help cover up the ugly fence that I really want to hide. And then we continue on, and right here we have the spirea, and it's right in front of the Sun Credible Proven Winners sunflower that I just put in the other day. And then just beyond that, we have another orange rocket barberry, and I'm putting it in the back because I plan on it taking up a lot of vertical space. And remember, it gets anywhere from 3 to 5 feet in height and really only a few feet across. And I hope that it interacts and intermingles and grows into the spirea, and the spirea grows through it. And I think that's really going to be lovely. This black stem pittosporum right here in front, I have plans for this. I actually hope that I can get to it tomorrow, but it's going to be moving and it's going to have a new home. And I'm super excited about that. I cannot wait to get that one started. And then we continue along here. I have some beautiful white Nicotiana that I started from seed this year. That is just absolutely beautiful, doing lovely. During the day, it's just covered in pollinators, and I couldn't be happier with it. And I hope that it self-seeds and just comes back for me year after year. If not, I will just start those seeds again, because this is one of those fixtures in the garden that I love and couldn't picture a summer garden without. All right, and just beyond here, just beyond the echinacea, right in front of the gardenia, I want to say that's a BTKI. I butchered that. That is the pink truffles baptisia. And I think that this is going to be a really good spot for it. It's right in front of the lemon cypress that I knew what would happen if I moved this lemon cypress in the heat of the day, and impatient me did it anyway. And now I'm paying the price, and I might just lose that tree. So do as I say, not as I do. And we also have one of those black stem pittosporums. This one is also moving because I'm going to create a little hedge with it. And I am so very excited. And we have some beautiful cupcake cosmos that are kind of towering, billowing above the baptisia, the little baby baptisia. And that is my second baptisia that I have. And I'm going to spin the camera around and I'm going to show you our other baptisia, and it is intermingling with the verbena, and I just love this foliage. I love the gray in the leaves. I love the texture. I love its form. I, even without any blooms, this is one of my absolute favorite textures and foliage in the garden. And you know what? I try to view everything through that lens. If you take all of the blooms away, if you take all of the flowers out, what are you left with? Are you happy with the composition of the foliage and the greenery and the playing on each other of different textures? So I have different touches of red. I love how the red of the orange rocket barberry is echoed by the red in the potato vine. It's echoed by the red of the Emperor One. And I have them kind of dappled and spaced out, not right next to each other, because I want to create form and repetition. And I think that repetition makes things feel cohesive and brings things together, just like I have the Pops de Chartreuse and the Sunshine Ligustrum. And then I have it bouncing off of the chartreuse of this potato vine here. I have an echinacea trying to make its way through that I started from seed. And the chartreuse is also echoed in the lemon cypresses up there. And then also, again, in the lemon lime nandina that we have up there as well. So I try to do rhythm and repetition and space things out so it brings cohesion to the eye, it brings cohesion to the space. This is nowhere a finished product whose garden is. It's in no way perfect. If I waited till it was perfect, and in fact, if all of us gardeners did, if we waited till it was perfect, we would never film, right? But it's important to get out there, it's important to share, it's important to inspire others, and I hope that we've done that today. That's what gardening is. That's how we get better. The sharing of ideas, the inspiration. I love seeing your gardens. I hope you enjoyed seeing mine and its progress. Um, Gardening is like just the never ending process and enjoying the journey along the way. All right. I hope you guys have had a wonderful day and have had a chance to get out and enjoy the greenery around you today as well. All right. See you next time.